Welcome to Vancouver. Under the sunset sky at BC Place, the Canadian men's national team stepped onto the pitch carrying the weight of a nation. They were hunting for a first-ever World Cup victory on home soil. Head coach Jesse Marsch faced a specific challenge. Qatar was set up in a compact 4-3-3 low block designed to frustrate attackers. To make matters more complicated, Marsch had to break this down while keeping a recovering Alphonso Davies safely on the bench. As we can see in this structural diagram, the solution started with a deceptive base shape. On paper, Canada lined up in a standard 4-4-2 formation, but watch how the shape shifts here. The moment Canada takes the ball, the formation morphs into a 4-2-4. The wide players tuck inside to operate in the half spaces, while Steven Eustáquio and Ismaël Koné anchor the center as a double pivot, allowing the fullbacks to provide overlapping width. This structural fluidity is designed to overload a deep defensive block. By flooding the attacking zones, Canada forces the opposing defenders to make impossible choices about coverage, ultimately suffocating the defense before it can attempt a counterattack. 16 minutes in, the blueprint worked. Jonathan David dropped deep into the midfield, drawing Qatari defenders with him. That opened up a vacated pocket of space for Sile Larin to exploit, leading directly to the opening goal. Conceding so early forced Qatar to abandon their deep defensive posture. As their lines stretched to chase the game, they exposed lateral gaps that Canada's European-based attackers were ready to exploit. That stretch led to a total collapse in the 33rd minute. A rapid vertical transition released Tayon Buchanan on a clear breakaway, forcing Qatari left-back Hammam Ahmed to commit a desperate last-man foul. A video review confirmed the foul denied an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The referee issued a straight red card to Ahmed. Down to 10 men, Qatar lost their defensive coverage. Canada spent the rest of the half overloading the right flank, allowing Jonathan David to score his second goal in stoppage time. Canada entered the locker room having executed a flawless tactical decimation. Their 3-0 lead was the direct result of a pre-planned system working at its peak. In the 51st minute, that clinical tactical exercise was violently interrupted. As Ismaël Koné turned to help cycle a pass, Qatari midfielder Asim Modibo arrived late with a reckless challenge. The impact resulted in a horrific, visibly unnatural leg injury for the Canadian midfielder. The emotional fallout was immediate. Modibo held his head in his hands, visibly shocked, while the Canadian players rushed to form a protective ring around Koné to shield him from the cameras. Following a review, Modibo's initial yellow card was upgraded to a straight red. A shattered Qatari side was now down to just 9 men. As Koné was stretchered off to a standing ovation, the match transformed. This was no longer just a tactical exercise, it was a severe test of human resilience. Koné's exit created a massive tactical void in the center of Canada's structural architecture. Koné was the essential ball progression hub. He served as the vital link connecting the defensive line to the attacking front four, allowing the entire system to function. Jesse Marsch now faced an immense risk. He had to replace the engine of a high-performance machine in the middle of a World Cup match without sacrificing the team's momentum. Canada's response to this structural gap would prove whether their system was a rigid script or a truly adaptable architecture. Marsch's solution arrived in the 56th minute, as he brought on substitute midfielder Nathan Saliba to fill the void. To compensate for the loss, the structure adjusted. Eustáquio dropped deeper into a lone pivot role to protect against counters, freeing Saliba to take on the box-to-box duties in the half spaces. The adjustment paid off in the 64th minute when Saliba curled a direct free kick off the post and in to make it 4-0. The celebration became the emotional climax of the match. Saliba ran to the sideline and hoisted Koné's number 8 jersey high into the air. That visual fused tactical execution with emotional solidarity. The Canadian system had survived its greatest stress test. The rout continued in the final stages, with a Qatari own goal and Jonathan David securing his historic hat-trick deep into stoppage time. The final 6-0 victory secured Canada's place at the top of Group B. While Qatar's system collapsed under pressure, Canada absorbed a devastating blow and adapted flawlessly. Canada's first men's World Cup victory was earned through tactical brilliance, unyielding execution, and the systemic resilience to bear the heavy cost of history.